Welcome to Gaia's Love, a podcast of brief messages to help humanity bridge the gap to the new earth. My name is Vivienne Gerard. It is my delight to be a scribe for consciousness today, sharing the wisdom that flows through from Source. Here we go. Episode 235. It is Thursday today. A little cloudy right now, sunny earlier. Looks like rain is moving in. Really hot. We are entering, I think, a very warm weekend here in the Midwest. So stay tuned. I will let you know how hot it gets. Today is my daughter's 20th birthday, and I've been pondering, like, how much do I share about her in this space, or what would I most want you to know about the beautiful being that chose me as her mom? Yeah, I don't know that I have a lot of words to share, except, my daughter is a trailblazer. She is one of the coolest people that I know, and she's preparing for a really big expansion this fall. She's going to be studying abroad and spreading her wings and flying, and I can just feel today how immensely proud I am of who she is, who she's become, who she's becoming, and how grateful I am for the journey that she and I are taking together. And her brother. We're a little trio, the three of us, that we keep bringing other people in and out, and it's just such a beautiful gift to be her mom. So I send the deepest and widest of blessings to my beautiful daughter as she celebrates her birthday today. Yeah, there's so much love, so much love moving through. Which leads me right into the topic for today's podcast. So a little backstory. I always love the behind the scenes sharing that explains how these awarenesses and ideas come through. So as you know, if you've been listening for a little while, I am preparing for a festival on Saturday, August 3rd here in Cincinnati. It's the first of 14 festivals, and then there, I'm sure, will be more after that. But the first 14 are directly connected to a book that I wrote called One Day, Gaia's Gifts. And in the book, I describe these 14 energy vortices around the world, and how they can be activated through people gathering together to connect in with our planet and to remember how we love this beautiful home that we chose called Earth, Gaia. And then to connect with each other in ways that much of humanity has forgotten to do. To open our hearts and our chakra systems and feel the flow of energy when we come together as a group of people wanting to connect, wanting to feel love and expand love and dissolve fear. And then always, always, always to find that source love, one breath or light that sits inside each one of us, and remember that and expand that, and then allow that light to increase and to guide us as we move on, as we move forward in our journeys. What has been interesting for me over the last couple of weeks is, as I have managed the physical details of this festival, the logistics and the structure and the agenda and the place and the stuff, it has become, it has created a momentum that has carried me into this swirl of activity and doubt and fear and the physical density of what we experience here on Earth. And I've known that I was a little off in my alignment, but I wasn't quite sure, like, what's underneath all of this? I know the activity has to happen, the structure has to be put in place, and yet there's a little bit of a disconnect that I was feeling. So I have my huge to-do list each day that I keep adding to and highlighting and taking off and adding more on. And last night when I was getting ready for bed, I'm like, oh, okay. Tomorrow we dive into the to-do list. And what I kept hearing is, no, tomorrow you are still. Tomorrow you take a little time in the morning and you sit and you meditate and you tune back in. You reconnect to the intention, the purpose of this festival. You come back into full alignment. And so this morning I woke up and I looked at my to-do list and struggled for a few moments, and then sat myself down on the couch and put on music. I have this incredible playlist if you are looking for guidance in your own journey. You know, when you kind of find yourself at those in-between places and you're not sure which way to redirect or to reconnect or to refocus. On Spotify, my account is Viv, I think it's _ Gerard, and then this playlist is called Tunnel to the New Earth, and it's all beautiful instrumentals by The Echelon Effect. And then the one I listened to after that was The Rest of Our Lives, which is a playlist that I co-created with this energy field I call Earth, Gaia. And so I sat and I journaled and I wrote, and I came back into alignment with the intention for this festival, which I just claimed to you. It is an energy festival where we feel energy in a way that is connected to love and to unity and to, what would the word even be? Harmony, simplicity, peace, joy, laughter, like the beauty of this human experience that so many of us have become disconnected from. In the swirl of activity and humanness and physical stuff that needs to happen every day, it's part of being alive. We eat and we move and we make money and we do work and we clean up and we take care of, we do all this stuff. And in that repetition, it's what I was describing on Monday's podcast, in this repetition of the same over and over and over again, and the build-up of how we're never going to get it all done. It's never going to be right. It's never going to be perfect. That frustration of the cycle, we lose our way. We find that inner peace, that inner knowing, it isn't always fully accessible to us. And that's a scary place to go. And what I have heard reflected to me so many times over the last week or two is, it's so busy, I'm a little lost, there's a lot happening, I can't find my grounding. All of these beautiful people I love and respect and admire are reflecting to me where they feel that way. It's so easy to assume that it's them, and so we try to save them or fix them or do it for them or help them find their way back. And what they are mirroring for us, what they are always reflecting to us, is where we are not connected, where we are lost, where we are feeling separate. They're just showing us what we are inside. Everyone who has been saying that to me has been reflecting to me where I have felt disconnected, where I have been just going through the motion and not feeling grounded. So what do we do when that awareness makes itself present for us? That's when the soul is saying, stop, stop the insanity, stop the hamster wheel, pause. Sometimes we're able to get there on our own, consciously, like I chose this morning to be still. Sometimes our body literally knocks us down and we're in bed and then we have time to reflect, but we still can choose to ignore it, or we can choose to start looking. Sometimes it's our jobs. There's no work. We get disconnected from our jobs. We are unemployed or laid off or fired. And in that time, that our soul is insisting we are still. We're invited to remember, to connect, to come back. So that's what I did today, and it feels beautiful to be at peace within. At peace within, and those two playlists are sound vibrations that guide you back to peace within, just like they've guided me back. The song that I have titled for this podcast, the vibration that is transmitting in this podcast through the title, is Sat Naaraa-In. It is a song, a chant that many people have chanted. It's called the Chant for Inner Peace, and the one that I was listening to today is by Sanatnam Kaur from her Beloved album. I'll put a link in the comments for you. But I wanted to read you the description that I pulled together as I Googled the definition or the meaning of the chant. So this is sort of a mix of different definitions, and then always you're invited to listen to the chant and create your own definition, your own understanding of what that vibration is for you. So here's what it says. Sat Naaraa-In is true sustainer. Waheguru is indescribable wisdom. Hari Naaraa-In is creative sustenance. Sat Nam is true identity. It says this mantra is chanted to create inner peace, so one can then project outer peace, happiness, and good fortune. Naaraa-In is the aspect of infinity that relates to the water element. This helps you go with the flow of your life and takes you beyond the world to the experience of infinity. Yeah, I invite you to listen to the chant with that understanding that the sounds, the chant is sound, it's vibration through the mouth. The mouth is the throat chakra, the expression of self here in this world. What we are bringing in through our ears and what we are emanating out through our mouths. The vibration that we transmit. It's exactly what I practice and illustrate here in this podcast. Tuning in, listening intently to the messages, the wisdom that I feel from my soul, and then emanating, transmitting those words out into a vibration, a language, a story that can resonate or not. When you practice those chants, those sounds, you are shifting the vibration of your throat, your chakra, your consciousness. You are tuning into sound vibration that is ancient, that many before you and many after you are going to chant. So you're tapping into a field of energy that is just pure love, pure indescribable wisdom, true identity. And when we tap into that, we come into greater alignment with who we are in this moment, who we're becoming. And we make different choices. We move forward in ways that are in much greater alignment than when we're caught up in the density, the busyness of this human world. So this isn't a message to say separate from the human world. No, we're here to be humans. It's a reminder that we are much more the soul inside of the human. And when we connect again, always back to that soul within, the way that our human body and mind and spirit is going to move forward may be different than what we would have chosen before we connected to the soul. There's more enjoyment when we are moving forward with the mind, body, spirit from this true wisdom, creative sustenance, indescribable energy. We choose differently. We feel more connected to joy and to the delight of being here, a soul in a human body. We're reminded that that's why we came here, not to suffer, but to find our way back to joy. And then to remind others that we're here not to suffer, but to find our way back to joy. So my to-do list has shifted, reprioritized, and I feel very connected again to the intention and the space that I am holding for this festival and all the ones that will come after it. And I am so grateful for all of the people around me who continue to reflect to me where I can come back into greater alignment, who show me through their stories and fears and expressions where I can return to love. So I am immensely grateful. Yeah, it's a beautiful day. It's a beautiful day, and I am going to go celebrate with my daughter and my family and honor this incredible anniversary, birthday of the arrival of this being of light I know is my daughter into this world. I am so grateful. Thank you for tuning into this vibration of pure love. I invite you to join me in aligning with the optimal health of your mind, body, spirit in the virtual community of Viv's Energy Gym. You can learn more at mysouljourney.com. Let's take this message of Gaia's love out into all of our relationships and communities today. So much love from my heart to yours.